Welcome to your new obsession, where every episode is packed with the tools, stories, and science to help you become the best version of yourself. Whether you're a biohacking newbie or a seasoned pro, you're in the right place. Let's get started.
Hello and welcome to the Biohacking Training Podcast. My name is Czaplewski. I am a program director for a fitness and wellness studio based out of Estero, Florida, known as Ageless Fitness and Vitality Booth Wellness Center. We offer multiple wellness modalities ranging from cryotherapy, whole body cryotherapy to localized cryotherapy treatments, infrared saunas, vitality booth compression therapy. I'm also a personal trainer by trade, corrective exercise specialist, certified strength and conditioning specialist. I hold a master's of applied exercise science and then pursuing a doctorate in exercise physiology. Essentially, we're going to be discussing a lot of new biohacking modalities that are coming out and their efficacies. We'll look into the different research behind each modality. We're also going to discuss how you compare these modalities with resistance training, literature reviews of the research. You would pair these two, as well as monthly Q&As. So I personally got started in this field. I started with personal training. I always had a passion for athletics. Growing up, played basketball my whole life, went on to play college basketball during my undergrad studies at Castleton University, where I also received my exercise science degree. I first started off in this field, more so pursuing sports performance. My first job out of undergrad and even during my undergrad studies was all sports performance based, working with young athletes, collegiate level athletes, professional level athletes, whether it was in sports like football, baseball, basketball, you name it. Also in those facilities, I typically worked alongside physical therapists, so I had a little bit of a rehab background. Then 2019 came, and that's when COVID hit. Once COVID hit, a lot of those fitness centers either shut down or were put on hold for a prolonged period. During that time, I moved to the rehab side of things and worked in a physical therapy clinic in Orlando, a very large one with the group Eben Health. This is where I first started hearing about different modalities or biohacking techniques like red light therapy. And at first I was a bit skeptical. How could putting a red light on a cut, a wound, or an area of inflammation help heal it quicker? But from there on, I was hooked. I started doing more research and began to learn more about these modalities. Then I started falling into the rabbit hole of hyperbaric chambers, IR saunas versus traditional saunas, and these of cold water immersion versus cryotherapy. Also looked into float therapy, which landed me in my current position as program director for the group Ageless Fitness and Vitality Booth Wellness Center. One story I'd always love to bring up, how biohacking and personal training go hand in hand. A client of mine I've been working with for about a year had a ton of back pain. He had to stop traveling and couldn't go up and see family up north. He was having some troubles getting in and out of his truck, couldn't even play golf anymore. When I first started with him, we recommended 2 times a week of personal training with me, get those movement patterns down, build some good strength, work on corrective exercises. Gave him 1 day to do on his own, something low impact he could do from his house in bed, continue building strength. In those sessions, we did a lot of hip inhibition techniques, different stretching, active stretches, and a few activation exercises for some of those underactive muscles he was dealing with. And to go along with personal training for 3 times a week or 2 times a week, I had him come in at least 3 times a week. And he had a set group of modalities that he would utilize. He would do the infrared sauna, red light therapy, or vitality booths, and whole body cryotherapy. I also advised him to start wearing a wearable to track his sleep scores and recovery scores. He bought into all of this, and after a couple of months of staying consistent with his training, his modality usage, and tracking his sleep, he had 0 back pain. He was able to get in and out of his truck with no issues and get back on the road and do some of the traveling that he loved doing so much. The best thing you can see is how you improve somebody's overall quality of life and getting them back to doing what they love to do. So that's kind of what got me going in a story that I love to always share to this day. Now, to get back on topic with this podcast and the mission of the Biohacking Trainer podcast. So the whole purpose behind this podcast is We're looking to help elevate fitness professionals and fitness enthusiasts, or anyone that would like to become the best version of themselves and learn how to bridge that gap with biohacking and pairing it with resistance training. The value that we're aiming for here is with this information we want to provide, I hope to help the average fitness professional learn how to take a more holistic approach with training sessions. Not only creates a personalized approach to your client's fitness, but also a more personalized approach to the client's overall wellness and well-being. This podcast is for fitness professionals. However, it can be for anyone that is a health and wellness enthusiast or even a fellow biohacker. Biohacking, term coined by Dave Asprey, refers to changing the environment outside and inside of you to control your own biology and improve all aspects of your overall health and wellness. So some examples of biohacking would be creating incremental changes to your diet, eating foods that aren't toxic, or using modalities like infrared sauna or halotherapy to alleviate symptoms of COPD or asthma. Biohacking can give you data-driven decisions with the use of wearables like the Oura Ring, or my favorite, the Whoop, I absolutely love to use. These wearables can give great details on one's HRV score, resting heart rate, sleep score, recovery scores. I really enjoyed now is being able to check an EKG or ECG reading on a monthly basis, as well as check my blood pressure. Biohacking techniques like the use of a PEMF mat, cryotherapy, IV drips, or even compression therapy will help with training harder and being able to train more often. This approach essentially takes away the need to do any guessing. Using biohacking, in my own case, I'm a bit of a data nerd, so I want to know where exactly my limitations are and where I'm lacking a specific vitamin or mineral. I'm seeing better sleep from doing cryotherapy as opposed to a cold water immersion session, or my favorite timing of meals or timing for exercise. What time is the best for me to exercise? What's exactly the best time for me to start eating that will be the most optimal HRV scores, sleep scores, and overall recovery? Lastly, as a trainer, if you can understand the why behind each technique, it ends up deepening a client-trainer relationship and it builds credibility for yourself. So a client is going to trust trainers who stay on top of cutting-edge practices, different biohacking techniques, and the latest literature exercises beneficial for their needs. A little sneak peek into future episodes. Coming soon, we'll be talking about biohacking basics for personal trainers and fitness enthusiasts, deeper into what exactly is biohacking, how this movement has become a game changer for the fitness industry and professionals like myself, and essentially how I implement different techniques into my own practice. Down the line, we'll have some guests coming on. Don't want to break any surprises just yet, but we'll have some very fun and informative guests and information. Make sure you follow us on social media so you don't miss out on when these episodes drop. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe and share the podcast with others. Follow us on social media. We're on Instagram and YouTube.